Welcome to the iRogya Wellness Podcast, your quick guide to a healthier life. In each episode, we'll explore practical tips and insights to help you on your journey to optimal health and well-being. Let's dive in.
All right, let's dive into Skincerity by Lucim Plus. You sent over a couple of promotional PDFs, and wow, this is interesting stuff.
It's definitely different. It's not your typical serum or cream or anything.
Okay, so break it down for me. What is it about Skincerity that makes it so unique?
So basically, it's a liquid that you put on your skin, and it dries to form this breathable mask.
Okay.
They call it breathable barrier technology.
A breathable mask. I mean, how does that even work? How can a barrier let your skin breathe?
Right. It seems counterintuitive, but that's what they're claiming. The source material says that it creates this kind of microenvironment where oxygen can pass through, but it also locks in moisture. And it supposedly helps other ingredients penetrate deeper into the skin.
Interesting. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1. It's protecting and delivering at the same time. Now, what about the ingredients? Anything in there that surprised you?
Yeah, actually, the one that really jumped out at me was medical-grade acetone.
Acetone. Wait a minute. Like nail polish remover?
Exactly. Not exactly what you think of when you think of skincare, right?
Yeah, not really. So what's it doing in there?
So apparently it acts as a solvent to remove oils and impurities from the surface of your skin.
Okay.
So the idea is that it preps your skin to better absorb the other ingredients.
Oh, so it's like clearing the way for the good stuff.
Exactly. And they also mention vitamin E and grapeseed oil, which are known for their antioxidant and nourishing properties.
Right, makes sense. And what about this breathable barrier itself? What's actually creating that barrier?
So it's made from this, a long name, perfluoropropylene nevinylidene difluoride copolymer.
Okay, well, let's just call it the barrier ingredient to keep things simple.
Sounds good.
What I'm really curious about are the results. What benefits does Skincerity claim to deliver with this whole barrier technology?
Well, according to the source material, it's a pretty extensive list. They claim it can reduce fine lines and wrinkles, minimize pores, give you a more even complexion.
Wow, they're really going for the whole shebang.
Yes. Yeah, they really are. And they really emphasize the overnight transformation aspect of it.
Yeah, that whole wake up to radiant skin promise. It definitely plays into that desire for quick results that we all have.
For sure. But let's dig a little deeper here. What are the underlying reasons why people are so focused on these benefits? What are they hoping to achieve with their skincare?
Well, I think it's a combination of things. We're constantly bombarded with images of perfect skin in the media, so there's definitely pressure to meet those standards.
Right.
Plus, everyone wants to look and feel their best.
Absolutely. It's not just societal pressure, though. There's also a personal desire for confidence and well-being. And Skincerity seems to be positioning itself as a solution to a wide range of skincare concerns.
Yeah, like a one-stop shop for all your skincare woes.
Yeah.
So how does this stuff actually work in practice? What's the application process like?
It seems pretty straightforward. You cleanse your skin, then apply Skincerity in circular motions. Let it dry, and you're done.
It sounds simple enough. But I did notice an interesting instruction in the material. It says to avoid using other skincare products immediately after applying Skincerity. Why do you think that is?
That's a good question. It almost suggests that layering other products on top could interfere with the barrier formation or with the absorption of those key ingredients.
So it's like it needs time to set up its own little breathable fortress.
Exactly. It really makes you think about how this product interacts with the rest of your skincare routine.
Which leads us perfectly to the frequently asked questions section in these PDFs.
Oh yeah, the FAQ is always a goldmine of information. Let's see what kind of questions people have about Skincerity. The FAQs are always interesting.
Right. Yeah. They really give you a glimpse into what people are actually curious about. So first up, is Skincerity good for all skin types?
Well, according to the material,
Yeah.
even sensitive skin.
All right.
But I always think it's best to be cautious when you're trying out new products, especially if you have any known sensitivities.
True. And there's a question here specifically about acne-prone skin. So can people with breakouts use this stuff?
The source material says that it could actually help with acne because of its pore clearing and anti-inflammatory properties.
Interesting.
But again, I'd probably recommend talking to a dermatologist if you have severe acne or are undergoing treatment.
Yeah. Always better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question. How often are you supposed to use Skincerity?
They recommend using it once a day before bed, which ties in with that whole overnight miracle marketing angle.
Right. Although they do say to start with every other night if you have very dry or damaged skin.
Yeah, almost like you need to ease your skin into it. Makes you wonder if that barrier, even though it's breathable, might be a bit much for some people to use every single night.
That's a good point. Okay,
Yeah.
this next one I'm sure is on a lot of people's minds. Do you need to use other skincare products along with Skincerity, or is this supposed to replace your entire routine?
It's a great question. Especially since they're promoting all these benefits, you'd think it would be a one-and-done type of thing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But they actually do recommend using a gentle cleanser beforehand and a moisturizer in the morning.
So it's more about adding Skincerity as a step in your routine, not necessarily getting rid of everything else.
Almost like it's designed to work in conjunction with your other products.
Exactly. And of course, there's always the question of what happens if you don't see results immediately.
Because let's be real, we all want that instant gratification when it comes to skincare.
Oh, absolutely. But the source material acknowledges that everyone's skin is different and it might take longer for some people to see results. They recommend giving it at least 4 weeks.
Which seems reasonable, especially if the goal is long-term skin health and not just a quick fix.
I agree. It's a good reminder that real skincare results take time and consistency.
For sure. Okay, so we've talked about the science behind the breathable barrier, those unique ingredients, the claimed benefits, how to use it, and we've even touched on some common concerns.
We've really broken down this whole Skincerity concept, but what does it all mean? What can we take away from this deep dive beyond just the product itself?
Yeah, that's the bigger question, isn't it? And I think it speaks to something deeper about our relationship with our skin and that constant quest for the perfect complexion.
Absolutely. It's interesting to think about the cultural and psychological factors at play here. Why are we so drawn to these promises of overnight transformations and miracle solutions?
And what does that say about our own insecurities and the pressure we feel to conform to certain beauty standards?
Exactly. It's definitely something worth exploring further.
All right, well, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive into Skincerity.
Yes. Let's summarize what we've learned and leave our listener with some final thoughts.
Okay, so we've really gotten into the nitty-gritty of Skincerity. We've covered the unusual ingredients, the supposed benefits, the whole 9 yards. But I think what really sticks with me is this whole concept of a breathable barrier. It's kind of like a literal and a metaphorical thing all at once.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It really gets at that kind of push and pull we have with our skin, right? We want to protect it from the elements, but we also want it to breathe and function naturally.
Right, it's like we're always searching for that balance in life too. Protection without losing our freedom to be ourselves.
Exactly. It's like we want that sweet spot where we can be safe, but still express who we are.
And maybe products like Skincerity, with all those promises of protection and transformation, maybe they're tapping into that desire.
It's a really interesting idea. And it also makes you think about the marketing side of things, too.
Right.
All these phrases like clinically tested and patented technology, it all adds a layer of authority and makes it seem more legitimate.
Oh, for sure. It plays into our desire for a product that's both effective and kind of sophisticated. We want something that's backed by science, but also feels luxurious and high-tech.
Absolutely. And that emphasis on overnight results, it definitely preys on our impatience. We all want that instant gratification.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely guilty of that. But it's a good reminder that real skincare results, it takes time and consistency. You can't just expect a quick fix.
Couldn't agree more. The best skincare routine is the one that works for you, for your specific skin type and your lifestyle.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Skincerity, I think the biggest takeaway is that it's not just about the product. It's about understanding the deeper motivations behind our skincare choices. Why do we choose the products we do?
You hit the nail on the head. We're constantly bombarded with these messages about beauty and perfection. And it's so important to be a smart consumer, to do your research and make informed decisions about what you're putting on your skin.
And to remember that true beauty, it comes from within, from feeling confident and comfortable in your own skin.
Exactly. It's about embracing who you are and finding products that support your skin's natural health and radiance.
Well said. Well, that about wraps up our deep dive into Skincerity. Thanks for joining us on this exploration.
And remember, knowledge is power. The more you learn about your skin and the products out there, the better equipped you'll be to make the right choices for you.
Keep diving deep, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for tuning in to the iRogaya Wellness Podcast. Remember, small steps lead to big changes. If you're curious about the products we mentioned today, you can find them all at irogaya.com. That's AIROGYA.com. And hey, use the code IROGYA15 at checkout for a 15% off discount. Please note that the code is not applicable for Europe, some parts of the Middle East, and South Africa. Until next time, keep taking those steps towards a healthier you.